Today, everybody, we're going to be working on cleaning out the D-pad on the Dualshock 4 controller for the PS4. Now, I've opened up the entire front side of the controller. You can find that in my other videos. Right now, what I'm going to do is peel back the membrane and then clean it off. So just in case you have spilled a drink onto your PS4 controller, maybe you've gummed up the controller pad because you've had maybe some oily fingers, or you've had some stickiness on your fingers or something like that, or just once in a while it's good to do just so you can clean it out and make sure that you're not going to have problems in the future. I've seen a lot of people with a lot of dog hair inside of their controllers, and the reason for that is usually because they have dogs. Hair gets inside of everywhere. Particles get inside of everywhere, especially when you're dealing with something that has a lot of contact points, like your PS4 controller. So I'm going to clean this out using alcohol, rubbing alcohol. You can get 70% rubbing alcohol, 90% rubbing alcohol. It doesn't really matter. It'll dry out pretty quickly. So as you see right now, I've dripped a little bit of rubbing alcohol on the plastic. That's not going to be a problem. It's all going to dry away. The one thing you're going to want to watch out for when you're dealing with rubbing alcohol is maybe pouring it on the wrong place. So, you'll see me cleaning right now, doing it in super fast mode, just making sure that you guys can see what's going on. Cleaning the front and the back, making sure I get everything gummed out. Then I take out the controller D-pad, and I'm going to clean that off too. Make sure you get into all the cracks, into all the places where things can get into, especially if you've dropped soda or juice or something like that on there. So as you can see now, the D-pad, I want to make sure that I clean the whole thing. If you do have the time to do it, and the patience really, you can get yourself a small reservoir, a small, I guess, bowl, fill it up with rubbing alcohol, and then you can drop this into it. You're still going to have to clean off the sides with a Q-tip or with cotton though, just to make sure everything is all totally clean. After you've cleaned your D-pad to your specifications, make sure that you turn it back around and place it into your casing, your plastic casing. Just make sure that you don't put it in upside down. That's about it. The rest of it, north, south, east, west, up, down, left, right, those will be fine no matter how you put them, how you align it. After you put that in, the next thing that you're going to work on is the plastic or the rubber membrane. The rubber membrane, sometimes it gets dirty. The rubber membrane I'm dealing with right now is actually extremely clean, so you won't have to do anything with that. But if it's really dirty, all you're going to want to do is the same exact thing. Use your Q-tip and clean it off with rubbing alcohol. So you see with the rubber membrane there are 4 holes. The 4 holes coincide to the 4 plastic pins that are on the D-pad area. There are also 4 nodes that when you press the button, they will make contact with this piece of circuit paper that I'm putting on right now. So if you have this on correctly, the buttons, the black buttons that you see, they will push and they'll make contact with that circuit paper, sending the correct signal for X, O, triangle, or square. So right now, you're going to want to put pressure onto each of those little tiny holes in the rubber. Those are going to help you to make the D-pad rest correctly on its rubber membrane, and that then makes it easier for it to spring back after the D-pad is depressed. So, once you get it in line, you get the little piece of plastic sticking on through, the plastic pin sticking on through that little rubber membrane. Then each one of these 4 corners you're going to put a little pressure on, make sure that it's on correctly, and then voila, you have it. So after you do that, you can see that you put the circuit paper on right now, and the circuit paper can have each one of those black nodes touch the circuit paper and give the correct signal. So you see these 4 corners right here that correspond. So when you press it, it'll put pressure on that, and then it will make that connection. That's pretty much how you clean the D-pad. Thank you everybody for watching the informational video on how to fix a D-pad. Please let me know if you need any help.